streaming. Once it's on YouTube, we can. Started on Thursday. Yeah, I got none any Friday. It's gonna be so nice. Yeah, it's kind of a dumb way to start classes, but I don't know. I guess just so you can get used to. I don't know. It's kind of dumb. They did it last year too. I don't know why. Okay. You wanna? I'm gonna put on Snapchat and then we can start recording. Yeah, good call. Good call. And then I can do the description too. Hey, we're growing though. I'm fine. I'm fine with where we're at right now. As long as I was about to say, see how many's on the newest SoundCloud. Yeah. All right. What about the newest one? Oh, it's kind of rough. I've been requested to do a fantasy mock draft on the pod. They said we want to see every pick. We want to do like back like it'd just be like we'd be picking it'd be back forth, I guess. We'd have to like pick, unless it'd be funny like yeah, that's what I was saying. I know. Someone said that. They're like, "Where's the mock draft for fantasy football?" And I was like, "Dude, that's gonna be like 1,000 picks." I don't know. I I wonder if there's a way. It seems like you guys aren't really. That's what I was thinking. I was like, "There's no way I want," because of course that would be like it'd be like, "Oh, this is our most listened one." Yeah, because everyone's trying to figure out our draft strategy. Yeah, that's a good point. But I could talk about fantasy for days. I don't know. I'll ask them again, see if they actually want to listen to. I mean, yeah, we could break down the draft. That'd be a good idea. I was thinking we could. I mean, are you guys doing a live? I'm guessing you guys aren't doing a live draft anyways, right? Yeah. So I guess we could do one. Like, do you think we could just stream it Wednesday? Be like, you guys want to listen to us draft? Go ahead. That'd be kind of a boring draft, don't you think? I would think it'd be boring, but I guess I don't know. I don't know what the people like. Yeah. Won't actually listen. Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, if I think if we do it, I wouldn't. There's no way I would. I wouldn't make it a like an actual podcast. I would just have it be our live stream. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't. We get like 5 people. Yeah, I don't think it'd be worth it at all. Okay. Well, let's talk about what our actual shit is today. Okay. That works. Oh, we should talk about it anyways. Yeah, we should talk about it anyways. Can you send me the list in Discord? Yeah. Kevin Garnett, does he really? I don't. Your computer sounds fine to me. Oh yeah, that happens. Uh, it's funny. It's like they're talking about how the Celtics are going to retire Kevin Garnett's number. Like I get it, but are they really going? That's like and I get it. They won a championship, and it was like but he wasn't there for that long. Yeah, well, and the other thing is there's also no numbers left for Boston to use. That's why these players are wearing like 94 and 44 and shit. I I don't know why I give up 5, but I get Paul Pierce, but I don't get Kevin Garnett on that point. It's like, are you gonna retire Rondo's too? Yeah, well, you're gonna retire Rondo's too, and yeah, he was. And Ray Allen, like they're not retired. It's like I don't know. He was the driving force. I get it. Yeah, they should. All right, let's talk about Hard Knocks. Let's start the podcast actually. All right. We're going to start. Okay, cool. All right. We're going to start and would you want to start with the Cowboys and then we'll go to the names afterwards? Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to the Wise Guys podcast. I'm your host Brady Fitzgerald, joined as always by my co-host Chris Hagan. Doing pretty well, Chris. It's a nice Friday. We said we'd make it. I said we'd make it to this Friday. We're here. And we're back. It's Hard Knock season, Chris. It is Hard Knock season. Not as exciting this time. Kind of sucks. The thing was last year. Oh, your camera just went out. You're good. The thing with Hard Knocks is when I started watching this, I sat down and I was like, why do I watch this every year? And then I thought about all the good moments, and I was like, so there are good moments. And there are good moments. Like, there's some good moments in these episodes. I'm not saying they're all terrible, but it's pretty boring most of the time. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you're just watching it practice. But you don't get the cool edits. You don't get the funny quotes, and the hilarious quotes. The first episode, I guess we're not really like breaking down by down because I didn't do that. But the first episode, I forget how that starts out. It's just like Jerry Jones, and they're talking about Dak, and the thing about Dak is Dak's kind of boring. I have no interest in Dak Prescott. And he's not making like I thought like I drafted him in one of my fantasy leagues and I got him super late. I was like, oh, nice good pickup. And he'll be in Hard Knocks. I'll get to like him, fall in love with him. And he's so boring. He doesn't like I feel like he just doesn't do anything. Literally, he doesn't do anything. He doesn't practice either. Yeah, they showed that, yeah. Oh, HBO doesn't care. They're allowed to use F words. They don't care. Yes, I remember. Yes. Yeah, Tony Romo goes, he felt a little weird. Hopefully, it's just a cramp. It's just Tony Romo. His ankles dangling by a ligament. Yes, yeah. They are. They're scratching. Like they are begging. I guess they had last year. They had all the COVID stuff, so they had a lot to do with that. They had the Rams and they're getting a new stadium. They had that. They had Ramsey, got that. You're right. There's no. The only interesting player is Dak because of his injury, and he's not interesting at all. But at least Golf was playing golf. He was. Remember his hot girlfriend was playing golf with Son McVay and stuff. That was great. Zeke Zeke has been he's been funny, and that's what I was gonna say. He's like a little child. He's a little child that just runs around playing football. And I also have Zeke in that same league. I got both of them. I did the old in our league. It's Tommy that does that. Tommy does the Cowboy special. He does it every year. Um, but what was I gonna say? It makes me. I did enjoy Zeke, and it made me like Zeke. Where I don't really like Zeke. Like I don't really like Zeke. Oh yeah, when they dude, and it's yeah, and it's like it's awesome that it is awesome to see them lose, and it's also the guys that the Hard Knocks guys. They always have Hard Knocks guys that they want to tug at your heartstrings and stuff. And I just don't. Yeah, the Ivory Coast guy, I do. He's definitely getting cut. That's such a Hard Knocks classic that he's getting cut. But with like him and Ben DiNucci, it's like, I mean, they're still Cowboys. Like I still don't. DiNucci's the worst. That's what I was thinking. They were in the middle of a meeting and doing the puppets, and I was like, bro, like you're like you're right. I was like, there's no way that I would be doing something like that. I'd be locked in, ready to make a roster spot. That guy, and also I like how they didn't mention that he played football games last year. No one mentioned they were showing footage of like their preseason game, and I was like, but if you're talking about Ben DiNucci, show the actual NFL highlights that he has from starting a game last year. He's something else, and I hate how they call him. They just call him Nucci. Nooch, that's what it is. They keep calling him Nooch. Oh, good throw, Nooch. Ugh, that's awful. When it, yes, he's got, yeah, my gooch is dry. Especially they're showing all the camera angles. This is such a classic HBO. It's such a classic HBO moment. It's like how raw can we get with these people that are watching Hard Knocks? No one. Yeah, and it's like a good solid like probably like minute 2 minutes of just that. Where you're just sitting there and you're like, dude, what am I watching? And also, yeah, it's Serenity Now. He said Serenity Now. Dude, he said it, and I was like, they missed the Frank Costanza joke. They could have said something about Frank Costanza, but if only one of them, if only one of those players went Serenity Now, they would have been my favorite player in the whole NFL. I would have bought a jersey. Dude, Dak. It was Dak's birthday on Hard Knocks. Did you see one of his offensive linemen did not know it was his birthday? He was like, "Who?" He was like, "Whose birthday is it?" What do you mean, whose birthday it is? I feel like that, like, and that proves that's a bad sign. If I was a Cowboys fan, I'd be like, why is my offensive lineman not know my quarterback's birthday? Like, especially, it's not like it's like a middle linebacker and a quarterback. It's literally his offensive lineman. Yeah, the guy you're supposed to protect. That guy's also getting cut. That guy. It's like some random Hawaiian. It's like some Hawaiian offensive lineman guy, or and he doesn't say anything, and no one he doesn't say anything. Well, probably, but and he's just had like he'll be randomly mic'd up, or like there'll just be a picture, and he like someone's walking away, and it's him. I'm like, why? I'm like, who is this guy? And uh when someone like I heard the audio clip, I was like, it said like, oh, whose birthday it is it? And I rewind the TV. I was like, I gotta figure out who that guy is. And it was that guy. I was like, I've seen him everywhere. I have no idea who he is though. It's so it's so weird. He'll get there. Yeah. And then he'll also get cut. Yeah. Remember the Browns one was definitely the best season of Hard Knocks. And it has been cuz it's you couldn't get more comedy than the Browns. And the Raiders was good. Yeah, the Raiders was good. Yeah, but it was good. It was good though. It was good. The but there's just like I guess maybe there's probably going to be some more guys we'll meet that'll get cut and we'll learn about them and we'll see their family and stuff. Also, I love how the DeMarcus Lawrence comes up and they're like, "Oh, franchise pass rusher DeMarcus Lawrence." And all of his highlights are from 3 to 4 years ago cuz he hasn't been good since then. I was watching a highlight and it was Kirk Cousins on the Redskins getting sacked, and I was like, "What?" I was like, that was years ago." Yeah, yeah, and there's no one on that defense that's actually good. Not that hasn't been good in years. I was watching that and I was like, how did they let him go to the Cowboys? Like the NFL should be a little worse. I was like, but I thought if the football team had him, they'd be the best team in the league. If the football team traded up to get him, they would be the best defense in the league. Yeah, that you wanted him. Yeah, and it would have been worth it. It would have been 100% worth it. Oh, he's gonna be good. I forgot his name, Shadow. Yeah, it's a good nickname. Oh, I guess Hard Knocks won't bring that one up. I didn't know that was a story. Not a good look. Not a good look. Well, yeah, cause look at him. Also, he of course he has to make number 11 as a middle linebacker look good. Cause I was getting ready for like to be yeah I was ready to be like pissed about it, and then I was like watching him play, and I was like, he rocks the fuck out of that number. He rocks the hell out of it. You froze for a second. You froze for a second. You're good now. You're already used to the numbers though. Yeah, so am I. I made a big deal about it when it came out, and it is what it is. And I figured that's how it would be. It still looks a little weird, but the Bengals tonight, football team versus Bengals. Yeah. Uh, I don't know. Yeah, I haven't really, and there hasn't been like I feel like once I see Jalen Ramsey running around with number 5, I'm gonna be kind of pissed. Like I saw him in practice. I forgot I saw him in practice. Remember because they were playing the Rams in practice, and I was like, oh, I forgot. I was like, who's number 5? And I was like, oh, that's Jalen Ramsey. Like he's really wearing number 5. Um, yes, I was like, and they didn't mention it. They didn't mention it either. It's like I like, and that would be a perfect like one of their subtle like not subtle, but like they have a lot of shitty like comments that they say that aren't really funny, but they say it anyways. It could have been like, oh, and visiting back from last year's Hard Knocks, Sean McVay or whatever, and then talk to Sean McVay for a minute because they're really scratched. They're searching for anything to put on Hard Knocks. They're talking about Dak Prescott's bicycle and Zeke taking it. It was like, Jesus. Yes, yes, Yes. You're like, can you give me? Oh, and the constant uh jokes of the accent, the British accent. It's like, all right, we get it. He's got a British accent. Give me a break, HBO. It's like, bro. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be like, dude, it was really, it was like, man, and that means no one on the team is funny. Like if that's what they're doing and that's what HBO's getting, Zeke's got to be the only comedy. Also, does does Amari Cooper exist? I wrote it down too. I was like, I saw him catch 2 passes, but he didn't wear a helmet and he was no pads. So like, hey, maybe he's falling in fantasy, like Cam Akers last year and Josh Jacobs. Yes. Yeah, remember in that one running back room, he was covered up in like a hoodie. I'd be pretty like that's like the Patriots will never be on Hard Knocks. Not with Belichick. There's no way ever they'd ever be on Hard Knocks. Could you imagine like doing the things that Mike McCarthy says and like with Jerry Jones and all that? There's no way that would ever slide in the Patriots. There would be no cameras there. No, zero. Yeah, because it would just be it. Yeah, and it would just be the whole thing. Actually, this actually is the best part of the episodes is when they do like the practice montages or the game footage montages with the HBO always gets their music right with the epic music. But the so that's all it would be. It would just be 30 minutes of that for the Patriots because there would be nothing else, no personality allowed. Yes. Also, why does every year we need to have like when Demarcus Lawrence took his kites to the beach? And we have to see all that. He did have the best quote of the episode though, when he did say, "Don't turn your back to the ocean." As a lifeguard, you never turn your back. You never turn your back to the water. You don't know what's going on. Um, of course. And that's what everyone wants. Like I'd doze off. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'd like look at my phone or something when there was something stupid going on, and then I'd hear Jerry's voice. I'm right back into it. It's telling him that Dak Prescott can't play. That was so funny because that would be my thought too. I'd be like, well, what about just like a little bit of practice? Yeah. Also, like we get it. Dak can't practice. How many times do they have to show it? They have to show it 1,000 times to him on the side, and they go. The narrator goes, and Dak Prescott's very angry he can't practice today, just like yesterday, just like the rest of the episode. It's it's annoying, but it's. I mean, oh yeah. Mike McCarthy's kind of a buffoon. He is. The Mojo Moments. That reminded me of the. It reminded me of the Bless 'em from remember that from the Browns one with what's his name, the guy that was on the Jarvis Landry, Juice, and he was like bless him. Only they said Mojo Moment, and that was cringe. No, it was basically well, and nothing. He was remember he walked around. Smells like a mojo moment in here. That was kind of funny. That was honestly kind of funny, but it doesn't make any sense. Just because it's funny didn't make any sense. Oh, I was shocked. Oh, definitely. There's gonna be no mojo moments. Uh, I feel like it's funny. I feel like Hard Knocks is just gonna end with with like one quote, it's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Dak's not playing the whole year. His shoulder's completely destroyed." And what did he do? They never explained what he did. How? How did he do it? Like they never explained how he did it. They were just like, "Oh yeah, by the way, he can't play anymore." It's like, "Okay, cool." So the only interesting part of this was Dak's comeback, and you can't even get that. Also, who's trying to fight Aaron Donald? Who in their right mind would try to? Yeah, let me just fight Aaron Donald. Also, I could watch a whole show about Aaron Donald. Because like they're on the sidelines and the other players on the Cowboys are like, man, that guy is a monster. CeeDee Lamb, I think, was like, that guy is massive. I was like, let's do a whole like the one last year. It just should have been all Aaron Donald. Yeah. Yes. Because I feel like his practice highlights are just as good as his game highlights. Because he's just unstoppable. He's a stone. He's a and I feel like he doesn't do anything in practice. He's sitting there with a whistle and like remember last year and with Gruden the past 2 years they had Gruden was all over the field. He was chasing after the quarterback, and then Sean McVay was like running routes or something. I mean they're into it, and that's the type of football coach I would want. I would not want Mike McCarthy just sitting there like a boob. Yeah. uh it's funny when they showed like the younger picture of him. I was like, yeah, he was back in the day. He was not bad looking guy. Now he kind of looks like a boob. Yeah, exactly. But now he's his speeches after, and especially after the last 2 years with having these great head coaches with these great speeches, and Mike McCarthy just sounds like an absolute bozo. No, he doesn't say anything ever. He's just like he's like the you remember the one? Remember the one? I won a championship once. Took 77 men. Let's go play football. It's like, all right. All right. Yeah. And then the one speech, we're not here to win the division. We're not here to win the conference championship. We want to win the Super Bowl. It's like, bro, it's the first week of preseason, dude. Like these guys are just trying to make the roster. Oh, the nightmare was. I think I might have to rewatch that Hard Knocks. It was so I totally forgot how good the Raiders one was. The Raiders one was excellent. Yes, yes, with the autumn wind. But the regular theme song is still epic. The autumn wind is unmatched, but the yeah, it definitely did. I always love the highlights that it shows when like the opening scenes going on. Those are always cool. And that just like I feel like no matter what, no matter how good the quality is of Hard Knocks or whatever, the theme song will always put you in the mood for it. You're sitting there and it's just dun 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 dun. Dun. It's great. It's great. That will get you filed. The what's the other one where it's the whole season? It's on Amazon Prime. It's like All or Nothing. Do they do that during the season or is it only after the season? When they air it, yeah. When they air it. Cuz I watched the Panthers one. The Panthers one. I don't think I finished it. I watched like half of the Panthers one. Yeah. It's not it's actually pretty good. Yeah, it is cuz it's how the games actually matter. Hard not seems so important. I know. Also, they got that game negated by penalties. They would have won the game. If they didn't get, if they did that holding call was called, or if they didn't the false start. He had his pads though. Yeah, but to be fair, they were trying to. It was on. It was on the Ivory Coast guy, so it was very easy to dramatize. Like it was easy to get him. That was the guy that they wanted. But like I'd walk away if I was that Ivory Coast guy. I'd be like, oh, I still got that strip sack. Like just cause, yeah, like I still like I'd still be on the team. He probably did. Mike McCarthy's just playing Madden. He's sitting on the sideline with like a controller. He's like, why isn't this working? Um, yeah, that I mean, I did feel bad for him though, but it is they do care a lot. They care a lot, which I get. It's the only thing they have to film, but that was so weird. That was weird. Yeah, that was very. I looked up. I looked up and I was like, what are they talking about? They're talking about his vasectomy. I was like, it was, and that was the other point where like it was just a scene. Like it added nothing to anything in the whole show. Eh, I don't know. It's weird. I'm gonna like we might as well finish it though. Yeah, we should do the two at a time though. I like watching two at a time. Get to talk about them two at a time too. Um, yeah. Well, and I did you see the preview for this in the second episode? It said right at the beginning, Hard Knocks podcast. I was like, bro, who's listening to that? Like, is that like an hour and a half long of breaking down Hard Knocks? Like, Hard Knocks is already breaking down the Cowboys. Like, you can't break it down again. Like, I don't know. We did, but we just like yeah. Well, and it's like, and if they're not poking fun at it, what are they doing? Like, if they're not saying this episode sucks, what are they talking about? Are they going through and be like, did you see CeeDee Lamb's catches? Yeah, that's the whole point of the show. That's the whole point of the show is to watch CeeDee catches. No, I want to see how long it is. That's it. Because if like they're like an hour and a half each on every episode, I'd be amazed at what they're talking about. But there's not enough content in the show. There's not. Oh, it is. Um, you know what really sucks too? I would have really loved to see Andy Dalton on this team. Andy Dalton on Hard Knocks would have been elite. And yeah, yeah. Who Garrett Gilbert must be an absolute nobody if they've seen him. They've talked about him 0 times. Yeah, I don't know. It is tough, and it makes me worry for the Cowboys that Dak's not playing. Like if I was a Cowboys fan, I'd be freaked out right now. Hey, it's Cowboys. Well, speaking of why you hate the Cowboys, we'll transfer right into it. End off this podcast with some Washington football team names yet again. Yeah, yep. And every time we go, I can't believe we have to talk about the name again. And we talk, but the Red Hogs are there. They've made the short list. They made the short list. Okay, so they had 4 on here that would just never work. The Armada, Brigade, Commanders, and Presidents would just never work. That's so lame. That's lame. Armada and Brigade. I mean, what? That's dumb. The Washington Armada. The Presidents also sucks. Yeah, it's true. The but I'm okay with Red Hogs, Red Wolves. Do you really like the Defenders? Of course, I'm always there for the Defenders. And it's such. I have my my shield hanging up outside my door. If they became the DC Defenders, I'd be kind of all in. Like they'd have to get better uniforms, a better logo, but if they became that, like, so that means would you be okay with getting rid of the burgundy and gold for the Defenders red, or would you rather? Did you want it to be burgundy? I feel like you could just be the DC Defenders. Dude, but if you could get the shields out, could you imagine getting the shields out? The shields out? It'd be sweet. So you guys have options that are good. There's good options on there. What would be your thoughts if they ended just being the football team? That would suck. I saw people like, well, why? I uh I saw people, they were like, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I was like, it is broken. That's the whole point. The whole point is that it's broken. Like the whole point is that it didn't work the first time with Redskins. So now we're changing it. The football team's supposed to be a placeholder. It's not supposed to be the permanent name. And the W logo. Yeah, well, and that's the other thing. It's like, well, and then they'd be like, that's the other thing, where it's like, why are they watching a football team? Well, then you just have to mention that they were the Redskins. If you change it to the Red Hogs, you can just start from there. Yeah. Yes. They will. They will. They'll be the Redskins. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Because if like that's what they are right now. They're a shell of what the Redskins were. When you change the name, though, you're a different brand. The the W is a kick in the nuts. That's lit. I actually like, but it could be better. Like you could have something. You know what I mean? Wait, what does it say? It says the three finalists were selected from this last. They didn't tell you which three. Mm, I saw that. Especially when they, it's really gonna piss you off when that series ends and they still don't have a name. That series is gonna end and they're still gonna be like, well, we still don't have a name yet. Oh my god, that's so annoying. They have to. Hogs. Ron, I was just about to say, Ron. Ron is a Hogs guy for sure. He's 100%. He's a Hogs guy. He's definitely a Hogs guy. And oh yeah, Yes. Yeah. Well, Hogs has to be it, bro. And I don't know. The Red Wolves, I understood logo wise how that would be cool, but it doesn't have any connection to DC. Well, Hogs, the Hogs, bro, the Hogs, yeah. Mhm. It's because that's what matters. Yeah, they will. Yeah. Here, I want to look up. I think do they have a Hogs in Madden? River Hogs. They do. Yeah, now it's just a relocate team. Yeah, the River Hogs. This is gonna be your logo for more or less. I'm gonna send it to you. This is gonna be your logo more or less. Oh yeah, I can. Uh, I actually I don't know how to do it right now. I can do it later. But hardcore personality. Hardcore. I think this is for Portland Riverhogs. Yeah, so Portland's a hardcore personality. Um, yeah, yeah. That logo is gonna be. It's gonna be not the exact same, but it's gonna be similar to that, and you're just gonna have to get used to it. The Razorbacks. Yeah. They could do that for. Why didn't like? I guess they couldn't really do that last year, but they could do it if they changed the name. This is a good logo. I just found it. Let me we're this is terrible podcasting. I just realized. Let me try to share my screen. Actually, we'll figure that out next time. That's all right. We'll we don't have we're kind of going in a loophole anyways. We'll end off the pod here. Uh basically, let's go Hogs. I'm all about the Hogs. Yeah. And they like it's the fact that there's already pig noses. There's already stuff for this. Like this is history. So just add it into the history. Oh, we sold him immediately. We sold him immediately. That was sweet. Um all right. Well, I think that does it. And hopefully if we don't have a name by this time next year, there's a problem. There's a there's a massive problem. Well, Chris, we said the same thing last year. We said if we don't have a name by next year. So, I mean, but it's been 2 years. It's it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. The Commanders would be it. It would suck. Anything anything besides the Wolves or the Hogs, that's that's the only two I'd care about. Is the Wolves and the Hogs. Mainly the Hogs, but the Wolves are kind of cool just cuz it's a wolf. You could call yourself the FedEx Field the Den. It'd be kind of cool. But the barn, the barn. The mud pit, yeah. Yes. Yes. It literally it's perfect. It's perfect. They're playing and whenever it rains, they're literally like pigs in slop. It's sweet. They 100% have to be the Hogs. I'm putting my foot down. I'm calling Jason Wright. Or yeah. Then I'll cry. I'll cry. Yeah, I'll send another email. There'll be more emails coming to this address if we know a guy. He definitely do those. And the whole brand. All right. Well, it's a good pod, and hopefully some more hard knocks some better Hard Knocks coming in the next couple weeks. But see everybody on Tuesday, and have a good weekend.